Hello everyone, GeneralApple here, and I am finally back from my trip to Japan, and oh my god, I have so much to talk with you guys today. We're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and everything that's in between, but before that, I gotta say, I missed you guys so damn much. I constantly thought about you and making YouTube videos, even though I was in Japan and I kinda tried to get away from it. It has done so much good for my mental health just to take those 2 weeks off because I realized how much I love this. And the last video I posted before taking off to Japan has actually popped off. Not in terms of views, but in terms of subs and comments. And I read all that you guys wrote for me, and it was truly the best thing I could have ever wished for. So thank you guys so much for that. I'm super excited. The trip to Japan was possibly the best 2 weeks I've ever had in my entire life, if I'm like being completely honest. There's so much footage to go over on. I didn't even realize that until I was editing this video. So this video is obviously on private. You guys wouldn't be able to see it, but we're gonna go over the entire video. I have almost 1 hour of footage, which is crazy. I thought I'm gonna get like half of that. But no, apparently I just film a lot. Now, the quality isn't the best. I filmed everything on my iPhone 13, so it does look quite good, but it's not the best, obviously, so just go there yourself and you'll see. But yeah, we're gonna talk about everything, and it is going to be glorious. And of course, I'm gonna keep pumping more content like this than usual. Not obviously specifically Japan, just, you know, commentary videos and more reaction, because clearly you guys love these type of videos and I love making them. So we're gonna start, right? First day of the trip. We're not in Japan. I still have to fly. I believe this flight was from Dubai, right? I had a connection flight. So we landed in Dubai. I didn't take any pictures of that, except I just a few, but they're not really interesting. This is all video footage I have. We don't have any still images. So this is from Dubai, where we took off to Japan. Now, the flight itself, I believe, was 9 hours long, something like that. It was crazy long. And also, we flew in, I believe, Emirates. So the plane itself was so huge. Like, you need to realize, I've never flew, is that is that the right words when you said past tense? Like, I never went anywhere outside of my own country in the past, except when I was a little kid, and I don't remember any of it. So this was essentially my first time abroad, and I didn't really know how a plane looks like or how everything functions. So going on this giant jumbo plane was an experience for me. And I gotta say, to their credit, their planes are amazing. I don't have anything to compare, but as far as I've heard from other people and from my own experience, man, this was a 10 out of 10 banging flight. Like, it was crazy. We flew economy, obviously. But yeah, I mean, prices were fair. And also the experience you get for their, like, the bang for your buck is incredible. So it was truly an experience just the way over there. But it was so tiring. It was so tiring. I believe the flight total was 13 hours to go there. When we went back, it was more because we went against, like, you know, the Earth rotation and stuff like that. So it was faster, but when we went back, yeah, it was way longer. And this was more tiring. We're going to talk about it later on. Now, this is the airport in Osaka. Well, like near it, right? So this is not the Tokyo airport. We started in Osaka. And my God, it was packed. It was packed with people, and as you can see, plenty of people here. Hopefully I didn't need to censor anything. I'm just kind of showing it to you here. But yep, this is where we encountered our first problematic thing in Japan, which is the first form I had to fill. So if you don't know, for some reason, Japan is the most technologically advanced country in the world, and at the same time, it's one of the most backwards in terms of technology. I don't know why they work with so many papers. You have to fill so many paperwork throughout the journey. It's actually kind of annoying to an extent. They're nothing too grand. You don't need to like sit and just think or something. This is not a math quiz. But this is truly hindering the experience. I don't understand why every country in the world is fine to go, but for Japan you have to fill so many forms. I truly don't understand that. Maybe it's a form of, I don't know, formality or safety. I'm not even sure it's a security thing. I mean, obviously these are security questions. You can read them, but I don't understand why you would need those. This is kind of weird. And yeah, this was the first form we had to fill. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. But it is what it is. Now, this is the airport itself. It actually looks kind of dope. And as you can see... Oh, wait, I filmed it twice? Okay, maybe the video will have some sus moments such as this, because I'm not really sure. I edited it all last night when I landed. I landed yesterday, literally, and I edited it all like at the same day, so I was kind of tired. But as you can see, these are all leading to trains. So the airport itself, I believe, is on an island, and everything like is surrounded by water, so the only way out is by train. And this is really cool, because the trains actually are from the airport. You don't have to take a bus or anything like that. You literally take a train from the airport. I guess you can take a cab too. But this is after we left. And from this point on, you have to get something really important. I'll show you. There's going to be a lot of showcasing done in this video. You need to get... Oh, no, I don't have it here. Never mind. Maybe a different day, but yeah, you have to get something that's called an Ikoka card. So Ikoka card is basically how you travel in Japan. You can get a JR pass, but these days it's like super expensive and I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't even work in all the places. So Ikoka card is the safe bet. You do it here. I believe here is more expensive to do the card because, you know, tourists and stuff. But we did it here. We didn't know at the time, so... This is a card where you take literally everywhere in Japan and it will accompany you throughout the entire trip. So it was really neat. We got the card and then we went on our merry way to the heart of Osaka. And this is not the first time I've been on a train, but it's been a while since I've been on a train. Okay, I don't use trains in my daily life because I just like go to work regularly. So using trains constantly in Japan was something that was truly new to me. And I have to say, the transportation in Japan is king. I don't think I will see anything like this in the world ever again. But, my God, it was glorious. We took the train literally everywhere. They are ubiquitous. You use them all the time. And you can pretty much travel every single distance by train. So I don't understand how my country is so backwards in terms of transportation, and Japan is like 30, I don't know, 40, 100 years even ahead of time. Like, this is next level. I couldn't even comprehend how fast you can go between A to B. Like, it is truly mesmerizing just to go on the trains, and the experience was truly phenomenal at most times. Sometimes the trains were packed and, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You are like a pack of sardines over there. But it was few and far in between, mostly in Tokyo, which we are going to talk about later. So, yeah, generally speaking, train experience is awesome. We even have this nice designed stairs where, I don't know, you have like a teddy bear and stuff, but look at that. Oh, man, the memories are already flooding in. Hopefully, I won't cry in this video. Because I already got homesick. So this is our first hotel. Now, I believe it was called Namba Inn. And it was a great hotel. It was actually great. This is the room. It was the smallest room we had, I believe. As you can see, it's pretty neatly packed. There's nothing, no space that has gone to waste. And this is where we obviously slept. We split constantly into rooms of 2. We were 4 people on the trip, so this is where my friend and I slept. And, you know, we went to sleep, you know, nothing sus here. And the other room were the other 2 friends. So this is the bathroom, just again, small and pretty efficient. Like, they were truly efficient with the space. Now, we went to the heart of Osaka, which is called the Dotonbori area. And this is where we had our first cultural shock. So I don't have anything like this in my country. I don't know. Maybe your country has stuff like this, but all the neon signs, all of the, you know, traditional stuff. In this case, we were in Japan, so obviously traditionally Japanese food and like culture and stuff. Everything was here. Everything. And this was the first day that we landed. So you need to realize we were already kind of tired from the flight itself, which was super long. And we landed right in the heart of Osaka, right? Like the Dotonbori area. It's the area to go to. It is absolutely glorious. But man, was it a cultural shock. It was absolutely mesmerizing to look at, but at the same time, it was super overwhelming. All of these great locations and all of these people, mind you, it was Halloween at the time. So you can see like people in cosplay and all that stuff, and it was packed. You couldn't even move. And you have, you actually have anime suns in Japan. Who would have thunk, right? In my country, if you watch anime, I think you're considered kind of lame. But yeah, in Japan, I mean, it's normal there. And look how many people were there. Wow. Man, even watching this brings back memories. So, this was the famous, one of the famous takoyaki stands, which I gotta be honest, my friends did not enjoy at all. I didn't eat anything because I don't eat stuff like that. I don't eat seafood. But yeah, my friend said it was absolutely garbage. So, you know, if you take their word for it. And this is a ramen stand. Oh, wait, I didn't film inside. Okay, interesting. So this was like a ramen restaurant. My friends did enjoy it. So you should know that. And this is the famous, you know, just street. You go there, again, packed with people. You can even see it through the bad quality. Just so many people are around. Again, Halloween. And this is how we ended the day, actually. We ate, I guess you can call it a pancake with cheese in the middle. And it was, I think, like a like 10 yen, like a 10 yen shaped. And it was absolutely glorious. By the way, sorry for sounding so weird. I don't know what the hell happened to my throat. I guess I got a little bit cold from the flight. But this was actually pretty dope. This is me holding it. It was pretty great. I did not expect it. It's just a pancake with cheese in the middle, but it tasted fantastic. I would definitely eat more of those if I had those in my country. Like, this was great. So, we have our second day. Now, our second day, we went to Koyasan. Now, Koyasan is way up in the mountains. It's a shrine area where you have all of the Buddhist graves and all of these, you know, Buddhist stuff. There's a lot of story behind it, so I don't remember everything by heart. But you can read it online. It's actually a World Heritage site, so you can buy specialized tickets for Koyasan, and you get a lot of benefits and discounts going there, including trains, restaurant, all that stuff. So I would highly recommend that you do that if you go there. And as you can see, this was the train leading there. The day was absolutely beautiful. It started off beautiful, at least. You're gonna see later on what happened. But the way there was absolutely mesmerizing. And I think this is the third time I've used this word, and I'm probably gonna use it more, because Japan is just truly that. It was a mountainous area, and it was so damn beautiful. Going on the train itself was an experience. So even the way leading there, you're gonna have fun. It was so lovely, and the colors, man, the colors and the mist. Oh my god, it was so good. Like the fog, and this was like me holding the phone like an idiot. But look at that. You can't believe that this is real. Man, even looking at it right now almost feels, you know, kind of otherworldly. Like a place that doesn't really exist. But no, it was real, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Wow, this is outstanding. All of these houses you see along the way too. I truly don't understand how these guys go to work. I mean, they use the train all the time for like 2 hours? What the hell is going on? And the trip to Koyasan wasn't that bad. I think it was an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours by train. But yeah, it was great. You know, one funny thing that happened on the train, this is me just taking off the phone. One funny thing that happened on the train was that they were about, I don't know what they were doing really, but for some reason, everyone just left the cabin, and only me and my friends were left there, and we didn't understand what's going on. And then, like, I guess the driver just went out and he looked at us, and he was like, Koyasan, and went like, yes. And then he like, oh, go there, like, there, don't be here, like, here's not good. And we just went to the other cabins with the other people. So I don't really understand why that was for, but I don't know, maybe they were swapping cabins or stuff. So it was kind of funny. We didn't understand what was going on, but everyone knew before us. So maybe we should have known. Damn, I don't even remember we had this much footage. Jesus, man, look at that. It's fantastic. But yeah, just kind of funny thing that happened. So, oh, okay. This is where we went upwards. So you have this thing where you go by train and then you go directly up onto the mountain. Now, there is a road for cars. If you have a car, you can just drive there. But obviously we didn't have any cars, so we just went by the thing. I forgot how it's called in English, my bad. But oh, cable car, yes. Good thing I remembered. So we went by cable car, and you can see it is absolutely fantastic. Just beautiful. Going all the way up there. And we even saw another cable car. It's so up in, like, you don't even realize until you're there. You're literally like this. It's crazy. You have to sit, and even the guy who sits in front of you is like way above you. So we were in an incline for sure. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So this where we reached Koyasan, and this is the bus station. Now, important thing to know to say about the buses in Koyasan. If you have the World Heritage ticket like we have, you have free buses, and every single, like, 5 minutes, I believe, like every single minute, to be honest, like, there is a bus in Koyasan, and they are doing the same trip all around Koyasan. So if you want to reach anywhere, all you need to do is have the ticket on you, like digitally on your phone, and you have a barcode, and you constantly scan that, and you can travel all around Koyasan for free. Well, not really for free, you paid for it, but you know what I'm saying. You don't have to pay anymore. You just bought the tickets, and you travel freely around Koyasan. So this is a really important thing to mention, and traveling over there was super easy because of that. Now, we sat at a local cafe over there. There are small shops everywhere. I ate curry for the first time, I have to say. Did I enjoy it? No, not really. Everything in Koyasan is vegetarian because of the Buddhists and stuff. Or, maybe vegan, but for the most part, vegetarian. So I did not really enjoy this this meal, I gotta be honest. And the drink that I have was iced coffee. Now, I used to, in my country, that iced coffee comes with milk. So when I ordered iced coffee in Japan, I did not expect it to be a literal iced coffee. This is like black coffee with ice. So something to beware over there, because I expected like a coffee with milk. But hey, that one is definitely on me. So this is the point where we travel just around Koyasan, and as you can see, it started raining. And by the time the day ended, it was pouring. But this is like the Zen Garden. All of the beautiful location you have there, which I honestly highly recommend you go to. Because look at the colors. It is amazing. Even through the poor quality, you can see that for yourself. It is absolutely astonishing. Oh my god. Oh, the color of the trees. The color of the trees. I know one of them is maple. I don't know the rest. But this was beautiful. Even now, I can't believe it was there. Now, this was the second place we went to. Again, just a small coffee shop. We drank sake. And it was absolutely amazing. The sake was great. I ate banana bread. Now, they called it a cake. I thought I was getting a cake, but no, no, it's actually not banana bread. I think it's like nuts bread. I don't know how to really say it. That thing was so dry. One bite of it would literally suck all the water from your body, and you would just die. I'm not even, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was straight up bad. The ice cream that came along with it was great, but the moment I poured it on the cake, it vanished in a puff of smoke. Like, it was nothing. The cake was so goddamn dry, it was literally bread. I mean, they called it a cake. I don't know why they called it a cake, but it's not a cake, dude. It's just bread, and it was super dry and condensed, and I did not enjoy this meal at all. But the server was so nice. The server or servant, like, how do you call it? Like, the guy who gave us, services. The waitress, you can say. He was so goddamn nice. He was cool. We spoke with him for a couple of minutes, and he was funny. He was hilarious. So this is the second form we had to fill when we reached our hotel. I guess you can't really call it a hotel. It's just a shrine that offers accommodation for, obviously money. So I guess it's sort of an hotel, but not really. And this is the room that we were in. And you can see, like, it is glorious. It's definitely one of the best rooms we had throughout the entire trip. We all were in the same room, and it was very spacious. The bed were comfortable. I mean, it's not really a bed, it's just a mattress, but it was super comfortable. And of course, the only problem was kind of the heat. So this room is, again, very spacious, and there was one AC, not too big of an AC, and that wasn't enough for heating, so we had to turn it on for the entire night, and for some reason, someone turned it off, because I guess they were too warm, and I just died of cold, because, you know, I can't, you know, I can do a lot of things. I can't do cold, man. It's just not in my nature. I'm not built for it. Cold is just not for me. And this is the glorious AC. I even took a picture of it. Like, I even filmed it. So you guys can see for yourself. It wasn't enough for the room. And mind you, the ceiling itself was giga high. It was like, I think it was like 5 meters or something. It was crazy. It was truly a shrine. So this was the vegetarian meals that we had. They were absolutely horrendous. I did not eat a single thing. I tried out everything, but it was bad. The only good thing about this is the apple over here. So, if I remember correctly, this was an apple. And here you had, I think, tofu that was like meatloaf flavored. It was hella weird. I didn't enjoy it at all. Here, there is some more tofu. I think sesame, maybe something with sesame. And man, it was bad. Like, it was truly bad. I couldn't eat it. But to be honest, this is something that is consistent throughout the entire trip. I don't think the Japanese food is bad, not at all, not even remotely close. But I'm Middle Eastern, okay? And my food is vastly different from Japanese cuisine. And it was just not for me, man. It's just not for me. It's not the spices that I'm used to. Well, to be honest, Japanese don't use any spices, but it's not what I used to. And it's not what I eat. It's not my food. So I actually went down 2 kilograms during this trip. I don't know how much that is in pounds, but I guess you can, you know, do a little bit of calculation. So I went down 2 kilograms during this trip because I haven't eaten anything. Now, this is my decision. This is not anything like, you know, I'm not here to shit talk like the Japanese cuisine. This is just not for me. That's all that I'm saying. And you're gonna see it throughout the entire trip. This to say was a specialized cuisine. This is like Buddhist meal. You don't eat this in Japan naturally. This is specifically for Koyasan because they eat, you know, the Buddha stuff. And oh yeah, I recorded this because I wanted to talk with you about a problem that I think Japan need to fix. Why in God's name you are using 0.5 paper? What is that? This is not 1 ply paper. This is 0.5 ply paper. I've never seen anything like it. It is literally transparent. This was so bad. I had to take it and fold it over itself constantly to make it like at least one size because I'm used to like double size at 2 ply. I'm a 2 plier, you know me. I gotta use it. And having this toilet paper was so frustrating, and it was all throughout Japan. This wasn't anything special to a single region. This was literally throughout the entire trip. I don't know why Japan are still using this, but please, for the love of God, upgrade your goddamn toilet papers, because your toilets are practically rocket ships, so you need something to accompany it. Oh, this was just outside our residence. And, oh, this is a milk coffee that I purchased to actually compensate for the iced coffee that I purchased earlier. This was great. I love this one. It was awesome. And also, while we're on this topic, the vending machines in Japan, oh my god. Mwah! Perfect. They are literally everywhere, and they offer such a plethora of things for you to enjoy. There's always something for you, especially water. So you can never really go thirsty in Japan. You just find a vending machine and you're good to go. And they are everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Even in places you think there couldn't be any vending machines, they are there always. So again, kind of walking the road over a bit. And oh wow. My oh my. I think that was, wait, this was when we started the walk at morning. I don't even remember. Ah, look at that. Look at those shrines. Koyasan is filled with shrines, by the way. Oh yeah, this was at morning. So after it stopped pouring, we had the best possible time to go for a walk. I think this was 6 something in the morning, 6:30, maybe towards 7. Wasn't quite 7 yet, and we went to the graves. Now, the graves are the most popular thing in Koyasan. It's weird calling it an attraction, but it kind of is. So, this is the most popular area. And right now it was really early in the morning, so outside of like 1 or 2 people jogging, we didn't really see anyone. It was all ours for the taking, and we just went for a stroll through it. We went throughout the entire thing. It's gonna take you about an hour if you're gonna do the full run, which was what we did. That's why we were, awake so early. And as you can see, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. I gotta be honest, there's something so serene, so calm to this place. Even though these are graves, it was beautiful. The way they honor the people, that have passed away was amazing. Just truly a sight to behold. The statues, the graves themselves, like the tombstones, it was amazing. It was amazing. And of course, the scenery, the forest, the scenery after the rain, right? Because the ground was still wet because it was raining all night, and it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. I don't think there are any more to describe it. I think this was the moment where we actually started enjoying the trip, because the first day in Osaka was overwhelming and the second day was pouring. So we had rain and we had to go to like sleep very early because we couldn't continue our journey. So this day was the starting point of our actual enjoyment from the trip. And it was absolutely beautiful. Wow, I can't believe how long we've been there, man. It feels amazing. Oh yeah, there's like, they were building something over there. And oh wow, I didn't even remember this one. Jeez, man, that's incredible. Look at that shrine. It is beautiful. And okay, this was outside of the graves. Now, this is something really funny that happened. Well, not really funny, just really entertaining, right? Because we were in the graves, which were the main attraction. And this area, we weren't really supposed to go to. This is the new graves area, so no one is buried here yet, really, except for, a couple of graves. We didn't really see anything, so this is new. I didn't see anything about this place online. We just kind of discovered it by mistake. And this was the highlight of the trip to Koyasan. It was so beautiful. The mountains to the side. You can see all of this is empty. And the colors, man. The colors and the feels we had when we were there. You can't really describe it using words. You just have to go there for yourself. This is something that wasn't even, I believe, marked. We just kind of stumbled there because we continued through the wrong path. But this was definitely an happy little accident. You can see there are not many graves in here. Not at all. Ah, it was beautiful. And I think this is the point where we returned. So we went through one side and we returned through the other because we want to see everything. It's kind of an elliptical shape. It's like this. And you can literally see everything. Now, these shrines are what people usually jog for. So I told you we've seen a couple of joggers. Usually they just jog and hit the shrine and pray and then go to a different shrine. There's like a path you can take. So this is what they did. And this was really cool. And at this point, I believe this was the exit from the graveyards and where we hit the shrines in Koyasan. Oh yeah, this was definitely it. Again, everything is empty. By the way, I don't know if you can hear the rain outside, but what a time. Actually adds to the atmosphere. Oh, this, you can't really see it through the bad quality, but this is actually a mountain of small statues, like, on top of each other. You can see some of them are dressed because people, I don't know, put, like, clothing items on them. Which I found to be very beautiful. And this is where we hit the shrine, and I believe we got to see a ritual, but I don't think I filmed inside because it was, some of this, you're not allowed to film some of that. So, I want to be respectful, so I just recorded, like, snippets, and that's pretty much it. Because in some places, you're not allowed to record, really. So, yeah, it is what it is. It kind of sucks because there were a lot of locations that I wanted you guys to see. But hey, you know, if you can't, you can't, right? You have to be respectful. And I only took like snippets of location. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you see, I was inside, but I didn't record anything. So there was a ritual that was being practiced by a monk, and it was something involving fire. It was actually pretty great to watch, and that was pretty much it. Now these are all the, I don't know how you call them, really, lanterns. And it was, again, beautiful. And this is actually a really famous egg sandwich in Koyasan. We purchased it at a local store. And it was pretty much what saved me, man. Like, I bought 2 of these. I show you one, but I bought 2. And it actually saved me through the trip because I was so hungry, man. I haven't eaten anything. Now, this is the other day when we went to Universal Studios. Now, this place, you probably know it. It's very popular. As you can see, it is omega packed. Now, I will say this. The way tickets work in Japan is actually horrendous. Once again, I take you back from the good into the bad aspects. Now, the way it worked is we ordered the tickets online. We ordered the express pass because we wanted shorter lines, and we thought that was it. Okay? So we go to Universal Studios, we show them the express tickets, they look at it and they were like, nah, we don't do that here, chief. And I told them, what do you mean? And they told us, these are only express tickets. You need base tickets. And we were like, what? The base tickets aren't including the express version? And apparently, it's not. So we went to a store nearby that sells tickets, and we had to figure out through the machine, which has like broken English, and just figure it out how to buy the tickets. We didn't understand it. So luckily for us, the clerk at the store was super nice, and he actually left his station and physically helped us purchase the tickets. So, massive Giga Chad, shout outs to him, and thank you so much for the help, because we couldn't have tried, like, we could have done this behind you. It took us like an hour, or even like more than that, to just reach there, but holy, when we reached there, it was glorious. You can see from the footage, it was amazing. This was the line where we didn't have an express ticket for. It was for the Hollywood Rim. It was like a 30 minutes of going through like this, you know, the train thing, like the roller coaster. It was crazy short, but it was really fun. But the line for it wasn't worth it. It was an hour and a half. Now, this is the famous Nintendo World. You already know it. So many people have spoken about it. There's plenty of footage. I will say this. When you see this place in real life, you would not believe it exists. No matter how much footage I saw of this place, nothing prepared me for the moment I was inside. It is literally real life scale of Mario Castle. It is incredible. I can't believe that this is real. It is actually real life scale, and man, you wouldn't even believe it for yourself. There's so much footage of it online, and so many people know it by now, but nothing really prepares you for the moment while you're inside. It is absolutely crazy. Now, this was the line for the Mario Kart, or, you know, it's just something you use an electronic visor for, and you just shoot. It wasn't really that fun, I gotta be honest. But this is the Kong area. So the Donkey Kong area was fantastic. Everything is like safari shaped and jungle shaped. You have all of these great attractions, but the most important one, you can see it over here. It's the Kong roller coaster. Now, at this point, I was very dizzy from the previous roller coaster, but my friends told me that this was fine because it didn't seem like too much at the time. Now, when I went up on this roller coaster, I can definitely say, I can now assure you, this roller coaster is something. There are a lot of drops and like ups and downs, and to the sides, you actually bang your hips on the cart itself. It actually hurt a little, if I'm being completely honest, but my god, I'm almost puked after this one because I was so rattled from the first roller coaster, and this one has almost done me in. Now, to summarize the experience in Universal Studios, if you know how to purchase the tickets correctly, which hopefully my explanation kind of helped you, you will have the best time of your life. Definitely go there. It is truly an amazing experience, and I would highly recommend it for everybody. We enjoyed so many more attractions that I didn't take pictures of for some reason. There was like one Jaws attraction that was super simple. You just go on a boat, and you know the shark from Jaws is like chasing you constantly throughout the trip, and there is a guide that guides you towards it, and she was so talented. The way she spoke and acted was incredible. They act in tandem with like the shark and all of the exploding environment. And there is an exploding environment. Like one time she shoots a keg and it literally explodes, and you can feel the heat on your face. I sat next to a baby and it cried. So you know, well, I call the baby an it, but he cried. Yeah, you know it. But just from the heat, like, it was intense, man. They acted it so greatly, and I enjoyed it a lot. Now, day after that was in Nara. Nara is known as being, like, the place with the deers. So, we went there, and nothing really prepared us for what Nara truly is, which is possibly the best location we were on the entire trip, at least from my perspective. I enjoyed Nara to the fullest, and I still think this was the best location we were in. Oh, this is me. You see, look at the deer. They bow to you. They bow to you. Now, okay, I know I kind of look like an asshole here because I didn't give him, like, the treat. Usually, you need to give him a senbai, I believe it's called. Jesus, I voice correct there. You give them, like, crackers, which you buy from the local stores next to Nara, because they are specialized crackers that doesn't really hurt the deers. You can't really give them something that is, you know, regular store-bought, that, you know, the food that we eat, obviously, because it has so many chemicals and all of the processed stuff. So you give them, like, these special things, and they give you a little bow, and yeah, you know, you just give them bow back, and you give them the cracker. Now, at this time, I didn't have any because everything was already sold out, which was actually kind of funny because we were in pretty early. I think this was like 12 p.m. maybe 1 p.m. I'm not really sure. No, I think this was 12. So this is traditional archery, also really cool. Kind of random, to be honest. I did not expect to see this in Nara, but it was very cool. Like, this dude is stone cold. You can look at him. He literally go like this. And by the way, I didn't film this, but he hit the target, like, dead center. He's talented, to say, like, for sure. Now, this is an interesting spot, because in Nara, you have two roads you can take, and we didn't know that. You have this road, and you have the other road, which is way more popular. The other road is just a straight line to the top, and this road that we took here is through the forest, but it's way more forked, right? Like, it's like this. You literally go like this in circles until you reach the top. So I think it took us almost 2 hours to climb to the top. Whether if you take the other route, you can reach in like 30 minutes or something like that. But this route was actually way more fun, or way better for us to take, because it didn't look that great, and it all led to the same point, whereas the best view you're ever gonna see of Nara. This was the mountaintop. You can't go any higher than that. And even there are deers, like, everywhere. And you can see this. This is the view that we had. We reached at the sunset. And, oh my god, man, even looking at this, it's just, I want to cry, man. I want to go back. By the way, I will 100% go back to Japan, and I will 100% go to Nara again. For sure. It's not even a matter of question. Look at how beautiful this is. It is unreal. This is the absolute peak. And there is no other feeling in the world compared to it. Oh my god, no. Oh, look how... Oh, man, I'm getting goosebumps watching this again. Look at the colors, man. The trees. And the deers, they're like everywhere. They even reach the top. I will say that the deers at the top are way more aggressive, so if you feed them, you should be careful. This is me doing like a cringe, I don't know, like 180. This was my friend behind me. And yeah, it is just beautiful, man. You're on top of the world. There's nothing else to be added. My god. Now we went down. We went down from the other route because we wanted to be fast. And this time I did grab a cracker. And as you can see, the deers bowed before me, and I fed them. Now, this shrine is actually a really important thing in Nara. Unfortunately, by the time we went down, it was closed. So when I come to Japan for the second time, I really want to go there early so I can be inside because I heard it was beautiful and there are so many statues there, including like a really large, like maybe the largest bronze Buddha statue in the world. This is the famous Nara mochi shop. Now, I will say I did not like it at all. I don't know how people eat like the red bean paste. It is absolutely disgusting. For me, again, for me, I'm not going to talk about Japanese cuisine in a bad manner. It's not for me. It's not for me, man. Like, beans aren't supposed to be like, are not supposed to be sweet, dude. I eat my beans Mexican style, and they're not sweet. And now I know there's gonna be a Mexican in my comments. Oh, we have a sweet red bean thing. Like, dude, I know. Relax. It's not for me, okay? I like my beans salty. You know, it is what it is. Like, don't go too hard on me for it. It's not for me, man. Now, this is in Kyoto. As you can see, Kyoto is a beautiful combination of city and a village. It's like somewhere in between. You can't really put your finger on it. We had some really nice breakfast. Ate some pancakes, finally, something delicious in Japan. I know. We went through the local markets and, of course, toured the bus. In Kyoto, we didn't use a train. We used the bus a lot. And this is where I kind of did not enjoy, because Kyoto is one of the most packed and overpopulated places in Japan. So as you can see, you can't even walk. You can't even walk properly. You walk at a very slow pace. Everything is so damn packed. There's so many tourists over there. But we had to go because it's Kyoto, right? You have to see Kyoto at least once. And it was absolutely beautiful. I don't regret going over there. It was amazing. But this was the first day. The second day was completely different. So I did not regret going to the most popular places. There is a reason why they're so popular. And it was nice. It was nice. It was a really great experience. And if you want to skip that place, I would totally understand. But if you want to go there, you're gonna have an experience. For sure. Because at the end of the day, it is really just another beautiful location. There's so many things to see there. Now, we didn't see the geisha route because, again, it was so packed with people and we just called it because our head hurt from all the people there. You need to understand, it was raining and there were so many people like packed on top of each other. We just wanted to go back to the hotel. It was too much for us to endure and we kind of just called it in for the day. And again, you can see, like, this is the line for the bus. And it goes, and you can really see that even because I wasn't really that, like, high. It literally goes all the way up there to the street. It is that crazy. This is the line to the bus, and you're packed like sardines, and it was really an unpleasant experience. But it's not a Japan thing. This is just like a heavily tourist place thing. It is what it is. You will have this happening at every place in the world that is over, you know, tourist. I don't know how to say tourist, like in, like plural. Like, you know, where there are a lot of tourists, you're going to see a lot of places such as this. Now, this is the, I believe, I don't know how you call it, like the gate thing. I forgot the name. It has, I believe, over 10,000 gates or something. It was absolutely crazy. The walk to the mountain was the most difficult thing that I've ever done physically in my entire life. This is the start. This is where we started, so you can see a lot of people. By the time we ended, there weren't any people. No, nothing, like literally, almost nobody make it to the top, except young people. We did met a lot of young people there, and you need to understand, this was super difficult, and it was at night, so you can't really see the stairs, because the place isn't super, like, you know, electronically connected, right? You don't have any cables going there. And there's not much lighting throughout the entire area. So you truly need to watch your step. And I can already tell you, after making this journey, my legs hurted throughout the entire trip. It was that crazy. I don't think my legs will ever be the same. I think I'm going to be like Goku level flying soon. Because the trip to the top was haphazardous, to say the least. It was so difficult. I cannot even tell you. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit out of shape. I mean, I do go to the gym, but I'm not going to the gym that often. And it just doing this was a workout. It was a workout, and there wasn't anyone of age at the top. There were only young people because clearly, like, the people who couldn't carry on just gave up. It was insane. It was that physically demanding. So if you're gonna go there, prepare yourself. Like, bring water, bring even maybe food, even though I don't think you really need. But just bring it just in case. Now, the funny thing is, there were vending machines at the top. I don't know who fills them, but shout out to you. Unless you're using a helicopter or something, I have no idea how they fill up those vending machines. They were literally at the top, at the highest point, there were vending machines. That was, to me, was probably the craziest thing ever. But it was great. I'm so glad I did that. It was amazing. And this is where we spent our night. This was the best hotel we had throughout the entire trip. You can claim that Koyasan was the best because of the shrine aspect. Also, I didn't record this, but in Koyasan, we had an onsen inside the shrine. So we spent there like 2 hours. It was, again, amazing. So this was probably the best hotel we were in. We had a washing machine. We had a really big, comfortable bathroom. And of course, nice shower and the bathtub. Everything was so neat and so clean too. The service was great. And the view was amazing. Now, this is the start of our, I believe, second day. We went to the famous garden. As you can see, again, a lot of people. You're going to see this in Kyoto. If you're going to Kyoto, you're going to have a lot of people strolling about. And, oh, the lake. Absolutely wonderful. But, yeah, toad. No, this is the toad where you throw coins in the pond and you try to, like, hit the middle. There's, like, a basket in front of him. You need to hit that. This is the famous bamboo forest. I will say this was underwhelming. I thought this was way longer. No, it's really short. It is really short. And this is a guy playing traditional, I guess, music. He was really good. There's no volume because obviously my friends and I were constantly talking in the background. I didn't want you guys to hear the cringe. So this is why we're kind of doing it without any volume whatsoever. And our second day was amazing. Our second day in Kyoto was definitely way better than the first because these locations are populated, but they're not as populated as like the first ones, right? So it was definitely a better experience, and we did enjoy this day a lot. Of course, weather condition was incredible. There was only like one bad weather day in Koyasan, and after that, the trip was pretty much clear. So this is everything that we've seen. And a lot of trees, a lot of nature. If you're a nature guy like me, you should definitely go to Japan. Now, if you should go in the spring or at the fall, I should say you should go to both because you're gonna get different experience every time you go. We went obviously at the fall where everything is, you know, dropping their leaves, right? The trees are, I forgot a word for it again. It's just beautiful, right? It's just the fall season. Well, I guess you call it the fall, right? For a reason. So it's just like beautiful colors. But if you go in the spring, you're gonna see at the sprouts. And it is also quite an experience. Now, this is the monkey zone, where we see a lot of monkeys. You go, again, up on the mountain. I mean, as surprise, Japan, you go up on the mountain. That's literally the story of our life there. And as you can see, we got some monkey experience. Now, you can't pet the monkeys, and there are rules. You need to stay like 3 meters apart from them. And you can't look them directly in the eyes, because they're gonna go like bananas. And this monkey, don't look at the upper right monkey. He's doing some sus stuff. But look at how cute they are. They're macaques, I believe they're called. And this is me feeding a monkey, or the monkey feeding me. If you reverse it, it's literally the same because it's just two monkeys feeding each other. And I will say this, they like fruit more than they like nuts. So give them fruits. You don't bring your own food to them because it's forbidden. But, you know, they sell you like really cheap 100 yen packs, I believe, at the same spot. So just give them fruits. They like it way better. They were hella cute. And this is when we went down by the giant lake. You can rent a boat and go on a boat. We didn't do that for some reason. But if you're coming with like a partner or something, like sure, like do that. I think it's way more fun. Maybe I'll do it the second time I'm there. And I think at this point it's just me just recording stuff that were on the way. But we're pretty much done with the trip. We only have like the shrine, right? This is the shrine view. Yeah, so there was a shrine at the top. We went there. And when you reach there, you can actually write your name because all the tourists write their names and their country. So we did ours, and it was fun. It was funny. Like, you can find my name there if you ever go there. We wrote this in the notebook. I believe they change it every year or so. So we did that. This was my friend recording, just the guys on the rickshaw. And I will say, one of these guys had like short pants and we could see his legs. He had calves like a horse. He wasn't even human. I couldn't believe, I've never seen a leg this big in my entire life. It actually gave me a gym goal. I'm not even joking with you. Like, these guys are the real deal. Their work is intense. They carry around people all day and their legs are something that is not from this world. It was so funny to just watch. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Kyoto. Just to summarize, I would say definitely go there. It was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. But if you can avoid going to the heavily tourist area, do that. If you want to see them for yourself, do it. This in Kyoto was where we ended our trip on. And this burger joint is where we had literally the best burger I've ever tasted in my entire life. I don't know what they season it with. All I know is that my mouth have never tasted anything like this before. Their fries were amazing. Their onion rings, divine. And the burger was just the best thing you can ever wish for. So I will say, check this place out. I've shown its name, I believe, previously. I'm going to show it again real quick in case. Yeah, Steak Revolution. It truly was. I will say this about the place if you hadn't checked the sign. It only opens for 5 hours between 5 p.m. and 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. So you do have to get there early, and there is a line, obviously. We kind of stumbled upon this place by mistake. There's like coincidence. But oh my god, it was the best thing ever. One of our friends wanted to stop at Wendy's, and we said, no, there's gotta be something better than Wendy's over here, right? And then we reached this spot, and my god, we laughed at him for the entire trip over that. And it was well deserved, by the way. Like, come on, man. Wendy's, we're in Japan. Come on. So this is me just taking footage of the local supermarket. I will say this. I thought the supermarkets in Japan are gonna be like, you know, really big, because I'm used to very gigantic markets. But no, everything in Japan is super small, and you have this every other third building. So every 3 buildings, they're gonna be a local supermarket. And they have a lot of small ones instead of like one giant that everyone goes to. I guess for the sake of comfortability. But it was kind of weird for me to see, because again, I'm just not used to it. I'm used to like the giant ones that everyone goes to. Now, this was a side shot. I don't know what the hell that was. So, at this point, we were leaving Kyoto. And as you can see, oh my god. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, it is so beautiful. I believe that this was for Takayama, right? This was for Takayama. And this is the place where my friends think we had the highlight of the trip. And I don't disagree with them. I thought Nara at its peak was slightly better, but for the entire trip, like starting and finishing at the same spot, Takayama was the best location ever. I am 100% gonna go back to this spot. A little bit about this place. It's all natural spring water, so the water are naturally just warm, and you have all of these onsen and all of these locations that you can just, you know, bathe in. And my god, I cannot even describe to you how good it actually is. It is so fantastic. You have to go there for yourself. That being said, it is quite a journey to reach there. There is a train and a bus. Obviously, you had to take both to kind of reach there. But once you're there, like, you can see, this is the view on our way there. It is quite a long journey. It took us a couple of hours. But once you reach it, man, you are on top of the world. It is, wow. I mean, look at that. It can't get any better than this, honestly. It is fantastic. So I believe this was when we reached it, and we actually finally were done with our traveling. So we were making our way to our hotel, and we stopped at a place called Cafe Mustache. Now, I will talk about this place for quite a while, because I believe that this place has the best food I've ever eaten in my entire life. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't anything Michelin starred restaurant rating or anything like that. It was just wholesome. It was just wholesome food, and it is run by two people. So the service is very personal. It didn't even feel like a place where you eat. It just felt like home. That is all. I asked for special permission to, film everything. She, like, the owner gladly gave it to me. I told her I'm gonna make it on YouTube, and this location is without a single doubt in my mind the best location we have been on in Japan. You have to go there. The service is fantastic. The view is outstanding. The food is excellent, and the desserts are divine. There is no other place like this in the world, and nothing can convince me otherwise. These were the desserts that I've ordered. I've had the best lemon pie you can ever imagine, and this cup contains so much sugar, even my American taste buds can enjoy. And I'm not American. I just have American taste buds. Because if something for me isn't overly salty or overly sweet, I can't enjoy it. Now, you can blame me. Sure, my friends did. I don't care. That's how I operate. I love overly sweet stuff, and this hit the exact spot to my liking. It is perfect. I am 100% gonna go back to this place. I cried my eyes out when I went back in my second day in Takayama and they were closed for the day. But I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna enjoy every single minute of this place. So please, do give it a visit if you're there. It is incredible. And say hi to the owners for me. Tell them GeneralApple sent you. And when they tell you who the hell is GeneralApple, show them a picture of me. And then they would just be confused. Now, this is the hotel itself. Now, we wanted to rent a cheaper hotel. Unfortunately, everything was booked for the season. So we had to purchase like a giga expensive room. I believe it was like $500 for a night. Which was, man, my God, it hurt my pocket. But the amenities you get for the room, it is insane. Well, I kind of, well, it wasn't $500. I think it was around like $400. But man, it was insane. You truly get a bang for your buck because the fridge, I didn't take any pictures of it, but it was full with drink. That's, complimentary, of course. You don't have to pay extra. And you have, as you can see, this is me recording. This is your bath, by the way. All, again, natural spring water, dude. Like, all natural. This is hot water. Now, I will say this is giga hot. Now, personally for me, I love this. I love hot water. I never use cold water. So, if you're a cold water type of dude, you don't have that here. I'm sorry, don't go to Takayama. If you're like me and you enjoy, like, the geyser flaming hot water, this place is for you because this was literally our tub. This is where you shower. It was incredible. And this was the mini fridge again. Oh wait, I did show it. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, you have drinks. You can have some more if you want. This is the fire pit area. We'll show it later on. And there's also this beautiful lake. My friend actually mistook it for the onsen, and he asked like the receptionist if this was the onsen, and she just laughed. He was shocked, dude. She was like, oh, what? like, no, like this is like a small pond. This is the relaxation area. There's an area for kids. You can draw there. There's like this little pony you can ride on. This wood thingy. And this is the onsen. Like, this is the public onsen. You're not supposed to film there if there's, like, people, obviously. There was nobody but us because we reached, it actually was kind of surprising. We reached in the middle of the day. I believe this was, like, 2 p.m. or something. So, nobody was there. So, I took a little bit of a snippet here. I don't know. Like, it says, obviously, don't record. But, you don't want to record people in there, right? Because everyone is like naked and stuff, so don't do that. But we were only 3 there, like the 3 of us were only ones there, 4 of us, sorry. So yeah, I mean, I just took a little bit of a snippet just to show you guys. And this is the restaurant. This is included, the meal are included with your ticket to the hotel. And the food itself was actually kind of cool, but unfortunately, in terms of taste, again, just not for me, guys. I did not enjoy it at all. I did record the meal, so I'm going to show you what I eat. The room itself was beautiful, very traditional, very amazing. Why the hell did I... Oh, yeah, I just show you out the window. So we had meats. We had, like, fake meats, which you put on the grill, or on the griddle. And we had like really thin slices of meat where you put on the pan. Now, the thin slices of meat were great. I enjoyed them a lot. The thick parts of the meat were literally unedible. You could not eat them. They were so rubbery. We chewed on them for like minutes and then we just spat them out. We couldn't eat it. That was very unfortunate. This was a dessert plate. This was the only good thing on the menu. I didn't order... Well, I did order other things, but I didn't eat them. I just tried them and I couldn't... Like, I couldn't continue. It was horrendous. Again, for me, guys. This was a dessert menu. You get this included. Some of the items were great. I mean, this was kind of dope. I think it was like a yam cake, which was really... It sounds really odd, but it was actually pretty dope. This was pineapple, I believe. This was, like, I don't know how you say it, like gelatin something. It was really bad. This was a slice of kiwi, so obviously it was good. And this was some other good things. I don't know. I think it was an apple and something. It was really great. So overall, at least the dessert was a W. And this is the private onsen. Here you can actually take pictures. You can only have the private onsen for yourself for about 45 minutes, but there is no cooldown on it. So once you go outside and you give it to other people, you can come back in. No one will really stop you. This was the fire pit area. We met some really great people over there. One guy, you can actually see him in the footage here. He was from America. This was me roasting a marshmallow. The marshmallows were awesome. It was, by the way, it was almost 0 degrees. I think it was like 1 or 2 degrees outside. So we were cold. They do offer you a robe that blocks all the cold. And you can see it on me. It's like the brown thing. Not me. You know, I'm a brown thing, but the thing that is on me. And it actually keeps the heat really well. So this was fantastic. We roasted marshmallow. We spoke with him. The guy was American. His friend was from Germany. They're part of a motorcycle club that goes throughout the world. And right now they were hitting Japan. So we kind of, you know, stumbled upon a stranger, had ourselves a nice 30-minute chat. And then we went back and, you know, called it in for the day. This is where we left. I did try this Japanese snack, which was amazing. It's some sort of an ice cream that comes with this biscuit that you have to put in a toaster oven for like 20 seconds. And yeah, you eat this. It was really great. I took the strawberry flavor because I love strawberry. This is a beef bun. I know it looks like a pork bun. I specifically asked if this was a pork bun because I don't eat pork. And no, it was a beef bun. It has a different name even. This was like just a slice of chicken. It was great, like fried chicken. You know, pretty standard. It was actually very well seasoned. I enjoyed it a lot. And this is where we left. Yep, we left Takayama. Unfortunately, we left unsatisfied. Oh, wait, it's not where we left. It's where we left to the cable. It's where we left the hotel. So here we left to the cable car, which is the most popular attraction in Takayama. You're gonna see a lot of people there, of course. Again, you can see the steam for like the steam from the river. It is truly hot there. Now we went onto the cable car. Again, very popular attraction. I would highly recommend that you come there early in the morning if you wanna just do everything, because like I said previously, we missed a lot of stuff because our time management wasn't the best. I mean, not time management, it's just the fact that we needed more days in Takayama. I would have definitely, if I could go back in time, I would have definitely took 2 more days in Takayama instead of like 2. You definitely need like 3 or 4 days there. Like, don't take 1 or 2 days, go for 3 or 4. It would definitely be worth your money. Now, this is where we reach the peak, and you can see the view. Man, you are literally at the clouds. It was fantastic. This was a meal we had there, just a plain toast and some fries. This is me touching snow for the first time because I never seen snow. There is snow in like the northern part of my country. I never really been there, even though I traveled a lot as a kid with my parents. Unfortunately, we never really went to where there was snow. where there was snow, and this is my first time actually touching snow. So it was really exciting. It was actually an unexpected surprise because we didn't know it's going to snow there, but it had. So fantastic for me. I've seen snow for the first time. Some of it was really hard and difficult to like, shape. But some of it was really soft. So it was kind of interesting. Also, there was a lot of ice there. So if you come in a time of snow, bring the right equipment for it, because I did not have the right shoes for it, neither my friends. So you really need to be ready for it. And I know it seems giga cold, but it was actually super warm. I only had like a plain jacket and that's it, and like a shirt, and that's it. But it was giga warm there, to, everyone's surprise. Now, this I recorded just to show you some of the crap that there is in Japan. So, as you can see, please order one drink. If you do not order a drink, you will be charged 200 yen per person as a seat charge. Now, I don't know what the hell is going in Japan that they allow such thing to happen, but in my country, you would literally get your place burned down because of that. You cannot do this, man. It is so odd. They force you to buy a bare minimum of a 400 yen drink just to not charge you for the seat. So I purchased a 400 yen drink, which saved me 200 yen. But in reality, I just spent 400 yen. So I was kind of disappointed in that. And also, the pizza itself was super mid. So it did kind of suck. This was a tiramisu. I did take this as dessert. It was fantastic. But the pizza itself was okay. Now, this was, by the way, at Fuji. We went to Fuji, to the Gamba area. Not like the gambling area, just Gamba area. This is, I think, the name. And this was the worst hotel we were in. Not to say that the hotel was bad. This was just the cheapest thing that we could find, because we were only there for the night. And we were only there for like, I think like 6 hours. That's pretty much it. So we took the cheapest thing possible. And this was it. The smallest room ever. You can't even open the door to the bathroom without getting like your back bopped up to the wall. And this was the bathroom. It was super small. When I stood in it, my head almost touched the ceiling. It's that low. And as you can see, the bathtub is really small and the sink is on top of the bathtub, so you can't really close the curtain. It doesn't really matter. It just goes to show you the scale that this room was. So this is the room, and my friend slept at the bottom bed. I slept at the bunk bed, like at the top, because I wanted the experience. It was horrendous, by the way. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm too old to climb these like really really weird ladders. It hurt my feet. And, it's not really that great sleeping above, because I constantly go throughout the night to the bathroom, and just going down the ladder and up the ladder again, it's just annoying, man. Just annoying. But this is the view of Mount Fuji, and this is where we started our day in. So, again, that's fantastic view. We ended up at a really nice bakery we randomly found. Now, oddly enough, the score at Google Maps for this location, we use Google Maps for everything, is not that great. It's actually not that great, but it was nearby, so we thought to ourselves, hey, you know what, let's just go and check it out. Man, it was amazing. I don't know why the score was that low. It was truly amazing. This is a crepe. We ate, and this is, I believe, just a strawberry cake. I will say this, again, Japanese people don't do overly sweet or overly salty. I like my stuff overly sweet or overly salty. Again, American taste buds. But if you like dense things, or I don't know what the right word for it, like not too, like mild flavor stuff, Japan is definitely the thing for you. Personally, for me, I like it overly sweet. So I did enjoy the sweets we had there, the desserts, but not as much as I would in any other place in America, probably. So, what do we have here? Okay, more shrines. Now, oddly enough, you need to understand, the area around Fuji Mountain is empty. There are no tourists whatsoever. It actually took me by surprise, because I expected such a park to be packed with people, but no, it was only us there. Nobody else was around. So, for that reason, I would highly recommend you visit those places, because they're amazing. Just go around Fuji. Look for parks, look for sites. It's not that difficult. Again, use Google Maps, and you will have the time of your life. It wasn't astonishing. I can't believe nobody comes to these places. So, it's just funny to me because they are as beautiful, if not more, than Kyoto, right? Maybe I'm over exaggerating because Kyoto was so populated and it gave me a headache. But yeah, you're gonna get the best food ever. This was like strawberry on a stick with some cake. It was the best dessert I've ever had there, outside of one dessert, which I'll show you later on. And yeah, just good memories all around, man. You can see Mount Fuji in the background constantly. It wasn't really a cloudy day, so you can see it at all times. Now, this was a road that we took to some waterfall, and this is dangerous. We had our rented car at this point, and it was super risky because if a car comes from in front of you, you have to stop and you have to let it go past you, and then you continue because the road is so thin. It's so small. But this is the area where we climbed. We climbed a mountain, not Fuji, just like mountain nearby. And this is the Spoken waterfall. It wasn't that of a sight to see, but it was kind of great. The view was nice. And we had to do a little bit of a track. I do love doing this. This is the famous Maple Road you all probably heard of. Now this area is packed with people because this is the most known place. And you can see again Mount Fuji in the background constantly. And this is where we ended our day on. Wow. It was truly a sight to behold, man. It was incredible. It was truly mesmerizing. And now we're at the final location. We reached the neon city, Tokyo. And now I will say this about Tokyo. Tokyo was the worst part of our journey. Now, I will say more as we go along towards the video, but for now we can start with the snack, which was actually one of the best parts about it. So, this snack is the best frozen snack I've ever tasted in my entire life. If there is a Japanese person watching this video right now, tell me if you like this. And if you don't, I don't like you. Like, this is the best thing ever. It's like 90% fruit, and it's grape flavored sorbet that is shaped like this tiny balls that you freeze them in like the freezer and then you eat them for like a cold treat. I had, I think like 10 of these. I had these in my hotel constantly because I would constantly pick those up and eat them all the time throughout our journey in Tokyo. It was incredible. It was amazing, and I'm going to miss this thing more than Tokyo itself. It was absolutely phenomenal. Just pure grape juice, and the grapes in Japan taste fantastic. Now, this is where we had breakfast. I gonna say it really, like, boldly. It was super expensive, and I did not get my bang for my buck for sure. It was delicious, but, man, it was too expensive. Now, here's the thing about Tokyo. So, you heard about it being the greatest city ever, and I will say, this is mostly true if you like doing a lot of random shopping. Or should I say a lot of expensive shopping? Because the items that were offered for us in Tokyo weren't great, at least for me. So I don't like, all the brands, the high brands, the most expensive one. And this is everything that you see in Tokyo. This is specifically Uniqlo, which, it offers like day-to-day stuff. It's nothing that fancy. But the stores in my country, or like, again, America, are way better than whatever Tokyo offers. Tokyo only offers you high-level stuff and like the most exaggerated brands ever. But it doesn't offer a lot of variety in terms of like day-to-day clothing or clothing that you would wear for a party, right? It is all high fashion, and you can see all the women in Tokyo wear the same fur, goddammit, fur coats and fur boots, and they all look the same. Like, I'm not gonna call out specific brands, but you know which one I'm talking about. The same watches, same shirts, same everything. I did not like it at all, and unfortunately, I wasn't offered anything for my taste. But again, this is a me problem. This is not a Tokyo problem, this is a me problem. Now, this was one of the most interesting areas. We went to a special a special mall where you have all the weird stuff. This is where you can see you have JoJo Bizarre Adventure shoes, I guess for cosplay, because God forbid you walk with this when you're not in cosplay. But it looks fantastic. We went and just saw some of the weirder goth trends, which was awesome. We saw a lot of people we wouldn't have met outside of this place. So it was a lot of fashion. I believe it's called Harajuku, right? Like this place. And this was the meal that probably saved me throughout Japan. Because, again, throughout Japan, I had the worst meals ever. But this simple burrito and nachos saved my life, man. It truly saved my life. I finally had a good meal. And this is where we hit Roppongi, which, as you know, very popular. Our hotel was nearby. And this was a great hotel. I enjoyed this room. Again, I slept up. This time I was with a friend, at least. So we all were in the same room, which was great. It's the most fun when you're all at the same place. It's just way better. Because you get to talk at night with everybody and share the experience. And we had such great laughs over there. I have so many good memories. It's funny to think, I was there 2 days ago. I mean, it's weird. My brain doesn't even comprehend that I'm speaking about this in past tense. I was literally there. It is crazy. The room was so good. And this is the other day when we just went outside. You can see we had some more footage and I don't know, some soccer player, to be honest. I don't really know about anything about this. And, oh yeah, oh my god. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. Now, in my country, donuts are popular, but you have to go to a bakery to get a donut. You don't have industrialized donuts. Now, this is a Krispy Kreme. I've never been to a Krispy Kreme before. I can already tell you, this was the best thing that happened to me in Japan. I enjoyed these donuts all throughout my journey in Tokyo, every single day. It was incredible. The taste was amazing. Each donut belonged to a different guy. These were for my friends. This was mine. It was a Nutella donut with some white chocolate and a biscuit at the top. This is actually a biscuit. My god, my taste buds have never been more packed with flavor. I had such a sugar rush after that, but it was amazing. It was worth it. Every single bite. I even got a different donut after that. No, this is a Jujutsu Kaisen at the theater. It's very popular. You wouldn't even believe how much Jujutsu Kaisen is strong in Japan. And this, remember when I told you it's gonna be like another dessert that is so good? This is probably the best thing I've ever tasted in Japan. This is probably it. I'm gonna say it straight up. It's so simple. It's just strawberry and muscat grapes with some sort of a syrupy glaze. It was the best thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. Japan's strawberries and grapes are not of this world. If you haven't tasted any of them, please do. You will not regret it. It's the most amazing thing ever. And this delicious treat was fantastic. I bought so many of these. And I cannot wait to go to Japan and buy some more. I'm so surprised there are not any of this in my country because they're so easy to just make. But I'm gonna probably try to make these at home. And hopefully it's gonna taste as good as in Japan. Because the strawberries in Japan, they're something else, man. They're truly amazing. Now, this is the famous Shibuya crossing you all know and love. I will say this. It was way smaller in real life than I expected. For some reason, I thought it's gonna be way bigger than that. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the Shibuya crossing. We checked Google Maps and it showed us this location. And it was big, but, you know, just not as much as we expected. Apparently, you can go nearby to rooftop view and pay a little bit to watch everything from the sky. We didn't do that. We didn't feel like it was necessary. And as you can see, again, one of the most things I hate about Tokyo is the lines you have for everything. So this is a donut shop called I'm Donut. And the line goes all the way from here, all the way here to the street. Now, we waited in this line because we wanted to know what everyone were waiting for. And these are the donuts. They put it on some sort of a, I don't know, thing, like brick thing. And this is everything that we've ordered. I don't know, I showed a pizza there. But this is everything that we'd ordered. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that this was the worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. Not only in terms of donuts, but in terms of dessert. The donut was burnt and it tasted like garbage. This donut was lemon donut and it tasted like garbage. And these 4 donuts tasted like nothing. Nothing. It felt like you were eating air for some reason. And the aftertaste these donuts left you was horrendous. Also, the fruit on top of the cream here is so expired. I don't know why. It was so gooey and disgusting. It was weird. I highly advise you to stay away from this place. It is not good. I don't know why the line was so long for this place, but it's definitely not worth it. Also, the drink you see here, we all took the same drink, the mango flavor soda. It's just cream. Well, not cream, just a syrup with soda. Now, it was good because it's just syrupy soda, but I expected something a little bit more fresh, I guess. But no. It was all industrialized garbage, and it was the worst thing I've ever eaten. Like, this is just horrendous. I did not enjoy this at all, and I'm not gonna blame this one, again, on Japanese cuisine, because this is not Japanese cuisine. This is just straight up garbage donut, so please, upgrade your game. And this pizza was paper thin pizza. We went to an Italian restaurant, which of course was, again, not good. Paper thin pizza. You can literally drop it, and the pizza would go like, woo, like you see in some sort of cartoon, because it was that thin. We literally broke the pizza by dropping it by mistake. It is so bad. It was so bad. Now, this was the dessert that I've ordered. I ordered affogato. Basically, just ice cream with coffee. You pour the coffee on top of the ice cream. The ice cream was so frozen, it almost broke my teeth. And the coffee was so bitter, I almost died trying it. So, you know, conclusion, not a really great spot to be in. But we didn't find anything else that suited our taste buds. So we had to go to the first Italian restaurant that was near us. And the rating for this place was actually pretty high. So I don't know what the hell Japanese people are thinking, but my God, go to a real Italian joint once and you will never eat there in like your entire life. This was horrendous. Now, oh, what a memory. Okay, this was probably one of the best parts of our journey. And this is where I'm gonna stay a little bit stuck on and talk about. This was Akihabara. Akihabara is the motherlode of animated stuff and mangas, figurine, anime, music CDs, posters. You know, everything you can think of, every merch is available to you in Akihabara. Now, this for me, a weeb, you know, this is the place to go. So we enjoyed our time there immensely, and I'm gonna go over through everything. So, as you can see, footage of our first store there, very popular store. Prices are according to the store, so if the store is very popular, you're gonna see higher prices. I would recommend you search around and find stores with lower prices. This is the food we ate while we were around. So funny thing about this food, again, this is not the first plate I've ordered. This is the second one. The first plate I've ordered, she literally put the plate of me and my friend on the table, and my plate had a giant ass moth in it. And he was flapping, dude. He was like this. It was so disgusting. The server just you know, she gave me the plate and she was like, oh my god. And she immediately put a paper on it, just to, you know, cover it. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna give you a different one. And 5 minutes after, they gave me this new one. So it was really funny. And we kind of laughed at it, but man, it was disgusting. It actually took the entire enjoyment out of the meal. And also, I know this meal looks really good. I don't know, like the, you know, like the omelet itself, well, it's not an omelet, just, I don't know how you guys call it, just the eye thingy, or, you know, just egg, sunny side up, right? It wasn't good. It was so rubbery. I don't even know how an egg can reach such a texture, but it was so rubbery. I've never eaten anything like this, and it was disgusting. The chicken jambalaya was horrendous. The salad was good. Again, Japanese fruits and vegetables are fantastic. They're phenomenal. They have possibly the best ones I've ever eaten. So, salad was amazing, and the rice was okay. Obviously, the rice was pretty bland because for some reason, Japanese people just like eating rice raw without, like, no seasoned rice. But the rice was okay. It wasn't pretty much big of a deal. So, you know, the rice and the salad was a W, but the chicken jambalaya and the egg, ugh, no, dude. Like, just no. It was absolutely horrendous. This was the dessert. The dessert tasted, I know it looks delicious, it tasted like nothing. The pancake literally tasted like nothing. I have absolutely no idea how they managed to do this. All you need to do is put some vanilla extract in your pancake and it's delicious. But no, it tasted like nothing. The strawberry syrup at the top tasted so store-bought. And in a bad way. I mean, store-bought strawberry actually tastes way better. I don't know what the hell they put on this, but it was disgusting. The ice cream was delicious, though. The ice cream was great. It had real vanilla in it, too. You can tell. So, we went back and hit the figurine shops again. Now, I will say something about this later on. I just kind of want to show you guys. This is the best part of our... Ooh, what a figurine, huh? This was the best part of our journey. Just hitting all the figurine and anime shops we could possibly find. And this is where we had our first Gamba. So you grab these balls and these are the rewards you can get. I got, of course, the lowest one possible. I got D. So I claimed some Pokemon cards. Using them, I gave them to my nephews. And this is, again, one of the most popular shops for figurines you can find. This was something that it's the crown jewel there. You just see it at the storefront. Was amazing. All of these incredible figurines. I wish my quality was so much better. But unfortunately, my phone doesn't offer it, I guess. Yep. This is all the JoJo figurines. Wait, what the hell? Oh my god. These were amazing. Now, I should say, I looked specifically for JoJo and Jujutsu Kaisen figurines because these two are my #1 animes. Especially JoJo. JoJo is like always be my #1 anime, but close second Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm fanboying over this anime so much. If you watch my previous video, you already know that. I live and breathe JoJo and Jujutsu Kaisen. So, I specifically wanted a JoJo one. And I'll show you later everything that I purchased. This is some magic shop. We went to a magic shop. We bought some Magic the Gathering cards. Now, the cards are in Japanese. But that being said, I don't think it affects their market value, really. So, I did purchase some cards, as you can see. The most expensive one I got is worth $4. I got like a Symbiote Spider-Man expanded art card. And that's pretty much it. The rest was fine. But it was just fun to, you know, the opening experience. If you're a Magic player like me, you already know it. Now, these are all the figurines that we've seen. Again, you'll see in most places the same figurines, but you should visit every single location because they all contain some different ones. So you're gonna see like 50% of the time the same figurines you already saw. But the other 50% is what you come for, because you want that variety. You want to see the different poses, the different characters, and all that stuff. Now, we're nearing the end of the video, so this is the time to pause and kind of show you everything that I bought. So I had everything ready in a bag near me, so I'm gonna show you everything from scratch. So I guess a good place to start would be possibly... this one. Okay, I have a giant bag next to me. I think I bought in total 8 figurines for myself, and I bought 2 more for my nephews, but they're just Dragon Ball figurines. I bought them from this shop on the screen, by the way. Very cheap prices. I think I showed what it's called at the end, because it was really great. Like, go visit there. So, first figurine we have here is none other than one of my most favorite animes and one of my favorite characters in the current season. And this is Sosu no Frieren. You can even see the price. The price is a joke. It's 2,500 yen. This is nothing. This is like in dollars, I think it's $10, maybe even less than $10. Something like that. So this is nothing. And you get this figurine. I haven't opened any of them yet because, you know, I just wanted to wait. You can even see here. The reflection kind of makes it so you can see. I'll just move it around so you guys can tell. This is the pose. I haven't opened any of it. Looks absolutely fantastic. And I just love this show. Now, the story behind this one is funny because I actually left the store without purchasing it. And then we went back in to buy a figurine for our friend. And one of my other friends just told me, hey man, you're really gonna leave this store without a Frieren figurine? And I'm like, dude, no, I already spent so much money during this trip. Like, don't make me do this. And he's like, you know, you're gonna do it, so why not just do it now? Save yourself the time. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I know I was about to do that. So this is the story behind this figurine, and also the same for, where is it? This one. Toji Fushiguro. As you already know, I'm a huge Jujutsu Kaisen fan. I'll even bring it closer so you guys can see. This one is fantastic. If you can't really tell, the pose is so sick. He's in the middle of drawing his Heavenly Blade to kill Gojo Satoru, or at least, you know, to try. Or the Heavenly Spear. I kind of forgot, the name got mixed up. And he have the Curse Spirit on him, and he's in the position to just, you know, clap his cheeks. If you watch the series, you already know that. So this was the other figurine that I got with the free run. Now, the other ones are way spicier. So I should show you. This is probably one of the best ones I have. This is another Jujutsu Kaisen, Itadori Yuji, in the midst of doing his Black Flash over Mahito. If you watch the anime, you know this scene is just fantastic. It is absolutely beautiful. This is the one I'm probably gonna put on my desk table, because I just, you know, I'm here and you won't be able to see it. I'm just gonna put it in front of me because it looks so damn good. I'm not really sure yet, but it's probably gonna be this, because I'm gonna love looking at it. This is one of my most favorite scenes from the show. And again, it's like, it's dirt cheap, bro. It's like, it's dirt cheap. It looks expensive. It feels premium because I've touched the opened version at the store. But man, it's so cheap. It is so cheap. So I'm super glad for that. And now we have a little bit of a funny story. So I went to specifically purchase a JoJo Bizarre Adventure figurine, and I wanted it to be a one piece with a stand, because I've seen figurines like such as this online, but I couldn't find any in any of the stores that I went on. So what I ended up doing is I ended up purchasing a stand alone, and I bought a figurine alone of JoJo. So what I ended up doing is purchasing this one, which is, wrong side, this one, which is Jotaro at a very cool position. Again, feels premium, really good, and just fantastic. Looks absolutely amazing. I purchased him, and I also have one of my more expensive version of the stand, right? Star Platinum in the flesh. So this one actually costed me quite a bit. This one costed me, I believe, 1,200,000 yen. So this was actually quite expensive. Not as expensive as you would imagine, but it was expensive. I guess it was the only one in the store, so I have purchased that. I specifically bought the right version for Stardust Crusader Kujo Jotaro, and this is Stardust Crusader's Star Platinum. And you can like see him, he have a little thing here. This is probably the one I'm gonna put here at the background. I'm really proud of that. It feels premium, it looks fantastic, and it doesn't have any blemishes on it whatsoever. So just a really great find overall. Okay, I got it. So this is, without a single doubt in my mind, the best figurine that I have purchased. Now, there is quite a funny story behind it, so I will start by showing it to you first, so you know what the hell am I talking about. And this is none other than the man himself, Gojo Satoru from Jujutsu Kaisen, the GOAT. He is casting Hollow Purple, his signature move, and I don't know if my camera can catch the detail over his face really well, but as you can see, it is amazing. It is absolutely incredible, the detail on that. It all feels so premium, and there is quite a weight to it, but it's not really heavy. So the story behind this figurine is that I went to the window where it was showcased, and I really contemplated whether I should buy this or not, because this was quite heavy on the pocket. I think it costed over 30,000 yen, which is not too much, but it's not a small sum. You know, for me, I don't have a lot of money, so I do have to be considerate with how I spend it. So I did contemplate whether I should go for this or like a cheaper version of Gojo Satoru, because I did want one figurine of him, obviously, because I love Jujutsu Kaisen so much. So I didn't know if I should go for this one or just a cheaper one. So I kind of took my time thinking. And then a guy came with his wife right next to me, and he was contemplating between this one or a Sukuna figurine. Now, the moment I saw this guy was maybe, possibly, going to get this figurine, I immediately ran to the clerk and I told him, I want this one! And the guy came and he opened the window and he gave me this figurine. And the look on the guy face next to me that was considering to purchase this one was priceless. It was literally shocked. He was like, what? And I took the figurine in my hands because the guy let me hold it. So he's like, oh, get a feel of it. Like, tell me what you think before you buy it. And the dude next to me went like, damn, you're a lucky guy. And I went like, yep. Fully knowing that his demise was sealed. But hey, you know what? You snooze, you lose. It is what it is. I did not felt bad for doing it at all. It is what it is, man. I just had to buy it. If this guy would have taken this figurine in front of me, I don't think I would have ever forgiven myself. So even though it was quite costly, it was definitely worth it. Even the guy who sold it to me was like, damn, you're a lucky guy. And I'm like, yeah, it seems so. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a funny story just because, it is kind of funny, even though it's probably not funny for the other guy, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I had to purchase it. It is so beautiful. I am probably going to place it over at the back with the few mangas of Jujutsu Kaisen that I've purchased. I can show them to you, by the way. Spoilers for the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen. If you want to avoid it, skip ahead 10 seconds. So these are the two mangas that I've purchased. The two final volumes, volume 29 and 30. Obviously, the cover art was so damn good that I had to get them. Also, they are dirt cheap. They're like 500 yen, which is around $4, something like $3 or $4. And I had to purchase them because I want to support the creator. And also, I want just to have a manga. I never had a manga before, like a physical copy at least. So it is really nice to hold it in my hands. And by the way, no spoilers or anything, right? Like, don't give anything in the comments. But I really wanted to support the creator. So, yeah, that's pretty much all for the figurine stuff, I believe. I have some more footage. And it was great. I will say, the separation between the PG stuff and the adult stuff in terms of, like, the anime store is trash. You could easily be a kid and go to the adult stuff relatively easy. They don't even try to hide it. It's way up there in the open. And there's so many sus things in there. It was kind of disgusting. I did not like this at all. Like, it was so out there in the open. I guess, again, it's the cultural difference between us and them. But in the West, you would never have anything like this. It would be sealed behind some curtain, behind something. But over there, you can literally just go there and pick this up, and any kid can go up there at the elevator and just watch it. There's no one blocking you from doing so. So it was kind of weird because there were a lot of sus things in there. I can't really talk about it because this channel is really, really small and I don't want to risk myself getting banned or anything. But you can pretty much figure out where I'm, aiming you towards, right? There are literally weird stuff there. I can't even talk about that. So after that, we had some good fun at the arcade. The arcade was nice. We had some coins spent there. And then we went to this part. I forgot the name. It's very popular. A lot of people know this. And this is actually where we kind of got scammed. Or at least we felt like we got scammed. So we wanted to try the famous premium Kobe beef. And we wanted to do premium steak. So we knew it's going to cost a lot. It costed... I don't know how much that in yen, but in terms of dollars, it costed us like, not $200, but more like $170 per person. So imagine spending $170 per person, and this is what you're getting. This. We were 4 people and there was one steak for each. So this is the size, and maybe it looks big, but you can look at it now. This is the portion. This is all that we got. Now, at their website, they specifically said that we were getting 5 plates. Now, you know what plates are? The thing you see in front of you, the vegetable, that is considered a plate. That is considered a course meal. So, we did not expect that. We thought there's gonna be way more, if not beef, at least mashed potatoes or anything. Or, something of the sort, right? But no. It was just this steak and some vegetables. That is everything. And some cheap miso soup that nobody cares about. That is literally all that we had. And she's being so careful with it. Like, dude, this is just like pepper. This is nothing. And by the way, shout outs to her. She made this entire evening really great. We can see her name at the end. She was amazing. She was fantastic. She spoke with us the entire time. Her English was great. And also English in Japan, generally speaking, was phenomenal. I did not expect them to understand me at all, but I was so wrong. Like, every place we went, people knew English. People spoke at least bare minimum, like the basic. So we had a great time. Now, at the restaurant, you can see, like, Misuki, that's what's her name. Shoutouts to her. She was great. Don't give her any flack. She was amazing. She smiled all the time, spoke with us, asked us so many questions. We asked her. We had a pleasant conversation, but this thing was over so quick. And we were starved, man. We came in starved, thought we were gonna get like 5 different plates full of Kobe beef. And, bro, we left there disappointed. This was a horrendous ending to the evening for sure, because this was at like 9 p.m. or something. But hey, you know what? We learned. We learned for sure. Like they took us. You can imagine. You can even calculate that. Like, do 150 times like 5. Like, like how much? Just make the calculation, right? It's like, let's say you paid almost $50 just to get vegetables. That is crazy. I mean, you can even lower it, like $40, right? $40 for vegetables, for a plate with vegetables, is wild. Also, $40 for this plate, which contained meat that was so rubbery you couldn't even eat it. We just swallowed it whole because we couldn't chew through it. It was just raw meat and it tasted so bad. And that's it. And behind it, there's some onions. The onions were great. Again, like, vegetables and fruits in Japan are goated. Now, in terms of taste of the actual steak, I can say that even with all the bad things I've just mentioned, the steak itself was literally the best piece of meat I have ever eaten in my entire life. This place might be a scam, but the steak itself was delicious. It was phenomenal, and it was, again, literally the best piece of meat I have ever tasted. It was so damn good. The explosion of flavor that happens in your mouth is uncanny. You have some pink Himalayan salt to actually boost the flavor, and we dipped it in and ate it. And the meat itself just melts in your mouth. I've never eaten meat that didn't require you to chew on it that hard. Like, it was insane. It was unreal. It was truly unreal. So I will say this one good thing about the meat, but we got that thank you certification way too early and the bill was way too high. And you know what? They were actually so rude that they asked for an 18% tip. We looked at it and we went like, nah, chief, we're not gonna do that. Like, there is no way I'm not paying for any tips in Japan, because tips generally are not acceptable in Japan. It's not that we didn't want to. And these guys asked me for a tip after completely draining my wallet over nothing. So you're gonna scam me and you were gonna ask for a tip? Like, no, chief. We're not gonna do that here. So yeah, we just took our thank you cards and went the hell away from there. I bought myself a coolish thing. It's just a frozen treat. Tasted like iced coffee, and it was phenomenal. Again, the treats in Japan are absolutely fantastic. This is one of the more popular sites to see too. Apparently, the spider statue is actually really popular. I will say about the treats in Japan, that, while they're really great, I thought there's gonna be way more variety. You see all of these crazy flavors in Japan, but I guess they're just from one store. Because all the stores we went on in Japan were just generally the same thing over and over again. There was nothing new, there was nothing special. It was all the same. So I guess you have to find a store that's specialized in those weird flavors, and then you just get your, whatever all the YouTubers are showing you nowadays. So we went for another dip of Krispy Kreme because I specifically asked to. I really love Krispy Kreme at this point. This is the free donut that we got with our order. It was fantastic. It was warm and chewy and nice. It was so good. And I believe this is the Tokyo Castle. We went on. Everyone goes to the place. It's amazing. We weren't inside because apparently you need to pre-order a place there. Just a ticket. And then we hit Akihabara again for more figurines. You can see there's so many figurines. Again, there were so many JoJo figurines too, but none of them came with the stand. They were all like standalone, just the person themselves or the stands. So this was unfortunate. These are some Hunter x Hunter figurines, some Boku no Hero Academy. By the way, I'm gonna show this shop name at the end, I believe. So you should definitely go there first. Everything there is dirt cheap and they got almost everything. It's just a really great store to be on. I bought most of my stuff from there because it saved me so much money. And the stuff you find there, you literally find at other places for like twice the amount sometimes. The difference is actually crazy. So you don't want to get scammed. Just go and search for various sites and always compare the prices. Unless there's something special you want to take. And then it's understandable. Like this Gojo Satoru figurine I just showed you. Because there weren't any in the other places, right? And it is what it is. You kind of have to suffer through the blow. Oh yeah, these are some specialized figurines with costume art. Or custom paint, should I say. This was Steins Gate. It was absolutely phenomenal. The detail on the Steins Gate one was fantastic. You could actually see like the lines of the electricity stuff, right? The computers or all the cables. You can see everything. It was truly phenomenal. This was one of the bigger ones. It actually is dirt cheap for 50,000 yen, I think, because it is so big and you can use it in a showcase. This is some JoJo specialized art stuff. It was great. This was actually with a stand with Giorno Giovanna, but it was kind of ruined. It was, I don't know why. It looked kind of used, so I didn't went for it. And this is where I bought my Star Platinum. You can see it at the window here. I didn't want to buy Kujo Jotaro from here because the prices are ridiculous, as you can see. Like, I'm not gonna buy a mid figurine of Jotaro just when I can cross the streets and get a really better one for a fraction of the price. So the pricing on figurines in Japan is really, really weird. And you're gonna discover this as soon as you travel to Akihabara and go between all the stores. The pricing is really off. And this was the store name where I purchased all the good stuff. So you should definitely visit there. It is such a great store and everything there is dirt cheap. And we finished the day by going to the theater. So we went to watch some movie, and you can guess which movie we've watched. Of course, it is the only one with English subtitles, which is Chainsaw Man, Raise the Ark. Now, I will say this. I'm not a huge fan of Chainsaw Man. I already said this. I give it a 4 out of 10 to the first season. By the way, we weren't allowed to film inside, so this is the only footage I got, just to kind of show you how it was inside the cinema. It was filled with people, obviously foreigners like us, that wanted the English subtitles. It was at 9 p.m., so time was really great for screening. And as you know me, like I said before, I don't like Chainsaw Man. I truly did not connect to the series at all. But the movie itself was actually pretty good. The movie, I think, was slightly better. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I'm an avid hater of Chainsaw Man. I do not like the story at all. I thought it could be great, but for me, I just find it to be super cringy. And I know I'm in the minority here because everyone is glazing this show constantly. I just don't like it. I'm never connected to it. I don't like the edgy stuff. I think that's omega level of teenage cringe. And I don't like it whatsoever. The story, for me, is just the worst thing in the world. But I did manage to enjoy this movie for what it was, which is a spectacle. The animation Mappa has pulled off on this one is quite possibly the best one I've ever seen since Jujutsu Kaisen Makura versus Kuna fight. it was phenomenal, dude. The sound, the animation combined with the sounds, with the effects, with the different camera angles and all that stuff. Whenever slight spoilers for the movie if you haven't watched it, by the way. Whenever the bomber lady Reze just went like this every time, and you could see the projectile coming out of her finger. Dude, that was so goddamn satisfying. And especially the fighting sequence at the middle of the movie were just so goddamn good to watch. They were incredible. I did not enjoy the earlier part of the movie where it's just Denji, the main character, interacts with Reze. I thought it was just lame, cringe, teenage romantic drama writing. I did not enjoy it at all. But to be fair, I don't like any of Chainsaw Man characters. Maybe except for Aki, which is the only one who doesn't act like a complete neurotic moron. But with all of that being said, I did enjoy the movie. It was fun for me to watch, and I'm not regretting any of it. Like, I got my ticket worth. It only costed like, what, $10? And it was really fun. I did enjoy it. I don't regret it at all. It is kind of funny because it was a spur of the moment thing. I just kind of went up to my friends and said, hey, do you think they have any English sub screening? Nobody really knew, so we went in and checked, and Chainsaw Man was the only one available in English subtitles. So yeah, I mean, we had to go for it pretty much. We had no other option. But we did go to a movie in Japan, and I am glad for it. It was an experience, and I loved it. And I definitely am not regretting going there. So, continuing on journey for the day, I think we just stopped at the local market and just bought some, I believe, some snacks. You can see all the variations here, right? You have a lot of variety, especially when it comes to drinks. When it comes to drinks, like, Japan has the most stuff ever, right? Like, this is crazy. I think this is Don Quixote, if I'm not mistaken. That's how they called. Maybe that is it. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's at the end. But yeah, it was amazing. Regardless, this is one of the most popular attractions in Tokyo, Team Labs. It's like a digital museum where they have giant projectors doing all kind of stuff on the walls, ceiling, screen, whatever. Like floor, right? And none of this is really interactable unless you have an app for Team Labs. I didn't really understand the idea behind it. Generally speaking, I don't think this museum was kind of good or really that great. But there was one attraction inside that kept us in it for almost 2 hours. And that is none other than the drawing section. Now, if you don't know what the drawing section is, it's basically you draw a picture and then they scan it and they put it on a wall. So you can see it right here. You make a sketch, and as you can see, well, you can't really tell because the camera quality is bad. There are outlines. These are not blank papers. There are outlines of various sea creatures. You draw a creature according to the outline. You don't have to do this. You can kind of draw whatever you want. You can go outside the outline. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you just pick one, and generally speaking, you can make it into whatever you want. So I had 3 drawings. If you guys can guess all 3, kudos to you. I don't have any money to give you for a giveaway, but please try to draw. I specifically did a 360 for you guys to guess what I drew. It's on the wall. Everything is on the wall. The line was crazy. The line for this was insane, as you can see in the video. I went in there 3 times. I waited in line to draw 3 different pictures. And as you can see, they're all on the screen. They are great. There are so many things that other people have made that is incredible. And as you can see, these were all the videos. So you can go over the video again and guess what I drew. And let me know if you guys think it was amazing. But, you know what? There is something funny. You guys want to see what I drew? You guys want me to tell you? You wouldn't believe. Because I actually kept some of those pictures with me through the entire flight. Would you believe that? Well, what if I told you that what I drew was none other than this shit? Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Who guessed that? I want to know in the comments if you guys guessed that. Holy, like, kudos to you. And I actually have the second one here, which is god-awful, but, you should have guessed by now that This is the one that I drew. This was supposed to be Gojo Satoru in case you didn't understand that. But I had to do it. I just had to do it. I don't have the third one. So if you guess that one, let me know. Just type in the comments. That will be funny. Now, a funny story about this. You can actually take these drawings and put them on a picture, put them on a mug, on like a pin, right? You can a pin to your shirt, whatever. So you have so many variations you can pay money for and do with this drawing. Now, there's only one caveat. You can't do anything that is protected under copyright laws. So you can't do manga, comics, TV show, movie, whatever, right? You can't do any of that. Now, I thought that this drawing was so trash that I can go to the clerk and literally tell him, like, dude, print me a shirt with this. I wanted a shirt with this drawing on it. I went to her, and it was a woman actually. I went to her. I showed her this picture, and she went immediately. She went like, no, damn it, no. This is JoJo Bizarre Adventure, and I went like, and I held this, and I went like, Kono giorno Giovanna ni wa yume garu. No, I'm just kidding. I would never say that. She would literally die of cringe. But I just told her, what? This is copyright? And she's like, yes, this is Giorno Giovanna from JoJo. Like, who are you trying to fool? And I was like, damn, yeah, you're on to me. You're on to me. So I tried to sneak this one in. Apparently, she was immediately on it. Now, the funny thing is, my friends also had drawing of their own that were under copyright laws. One friend drew Evangelion, and one friend drew Chainsaw Man, Denji from Chainsaw Man, and Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. So they went to her, and she didn't really realize what was that. She knew Chainsaw Man, but she didn't recognize the other two. So she took the papers and she gave them to some guy who sits at the back. We called him the Sage, right? The anime Sage. And he immediately looked at their drawings and he went like, no. This is it. So if you can go over the initial person, you go to the Sage, your drawing go to the Sage, and he's like the master. If the drawing go past him, you get your shirt. But no, their drawing got blocked. He immediately looked at this and he went like, no, dude, this is Evangelion and like this is Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, you're not fooling anyone. So this was hilarious. And the funny thing is, the guys at the store themselves, at the printing store, they looked at this and they left. They actually told us, umai, like good, right? So this was really funny. Like, they thought our drawings were good. They thought this was good. Look at this. This soulless fish. What the hell is a shark? Oh my god. Like, they thought it was actually a good drawing. And I have absolutely no idea how they recognized this. I thought this would 100% make the cut. But I think the holo purple kind of screwed me over. Now that I think of it. Maybe if I didn't have that, they would have understand. Like, they would have let this one go through. But the whole purple has done me in, for sure. This one is the incriminating factor here. Damn. It is kind of bad because I really wanted to showcase you guys, like, to come here and be like this and show you the shirt with the print on it. But, hey, you know what? We had a few laughs at it, and it's an hilarious story to tell. So, that was pretty much all behind this. But you can see my Gojo Satoru with a holo purple just swimming there. And my lame Giorno Giovanna just going there. And, you know, doing his best trying to hold onto life at the rough seas. And that's what's pretty much the end, right? After that, we went to, like, the flower area where you have, like, flowers. This was pretty cool. You just kind of go between them and you have all this nice projectors, just screening stuff on them, projecting stuff. I mean, it was great. Once again, we went to the castle. This time we went to the gardens because they were open. The first time we went, they were closed. So we went to the gardens, and you can see the gardens are beautiful. They were built years ago, like hundreds of years ago, and they are still so fantastic. You can see how people have defended it, right? From all of the angles, all of like the spots you can use to patrol and view, like encroaching enemies. That is incredible. This is the archery zone defense. You have view for like the garden where you can defend. This is amazing. And this is apparently was a prison cell, even though it's not 100% confirmed. I think this was a prison cell. So it was pretty neat. I mean, well, not for the ones who were inside, but you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I believe this was pretty much the end of our tour. So the gardens, again, fantastic. Water's flowing through them. They're being maintained regularly, even when we were there. Like, people maintained the trees, all the stuff. Like, there's a ton of, like, there are a lot of workers there. And they truly keep this place neat and tight and cleaned, most importantly. You won't see a single drop of, like, you know, paper, any plastic bags whatsoever. But you can say that on Tokyo in general. Now, I will say on Tokyo in general, even though it's one of the cleanest city I've seen in a while, especially when I go to my country, right? My country streets sometimes look like trash. I will say it like outright garbage. Tokyo, with the amount of population it has, is one of the most clean, has one of the most clean streets I've ever seen in my entire life. It is truly impeccable how much the government, I guess, takes care for its city, but also the citizens. Because every citizen clean for his own, and you can see, because, I mean, the streets are just outstanding. You can walk and you won't see a single drop of, like, plastic bags or anything of the sort on the ground. Like, literally nothing. You really have to go out of your way to find anything like that. But that being said, Tokyo constantly smelled like sewage. Constantly. I don't know why, but maybe I came at a bad time. Maybe there was some flooding or something. When I was there, throughout the entire 4 or 5 days I was there, it constantly smelled like sewage. Constantly. Maybe it's just a problem that was occurring during my stay there. So I'm not gonna, like, talk about other times of the year. But from my experience, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. We had to constantly, like, block our nose, like, do this. But it is what it is, man. You know, sometimes you just get unlucky. Hopefully this is not, like, a permanent issue, and they will get it fixed, because it was truly the worst thing ever. But you know what? That being said, I think for the most part, we had our departure here, and Japan was just phenomenal. Japan was outstanding, but it's not what you think, right? Like the title said, Japan is not what you think. It's not the perfect place in the world, but it's definitely a one worth visiting, especially if you like the culture and all that stuff. Personally, for me, I thought it was the best thing ever, and I am going to go to Japan, I think in 2027. I don't think I will have enough money collected up by 2026. So in 2027, I definitely want to go, but I do want to go at spring when I finished, when I finished with all of the fall stuff. I want to do all the spring attractions, because Japan at fall and spring is a completely different Japan. And that is pretty much the end of the video, right? So yeah, just like I was saying, Japan is phenomenal. You should definitely give it a visit if you like what you've seen in this video, or even if you just want to explore a different place, definitely do that. I will say this. If you like to go to Japan, you have to be very calculated. So if you're not a calculated person and you don't like planning ahead and you just kind of roll with emotion, Japan is not for you. Japan doesn't roll with emotion. Everything in Japan closes by 6 or 7 p.m. The latest is like 8 p.m. In Tokyo, maybe there are some shops that are open until 10, because Tokyo is a little bit different paced than the other places, but the rest of Japan closes at 6. So you need to plan ahead, and you need to know exactly where you're going and how much time you're going to spend at each area if you don't want to miss any places like we did. Now, we were very calculated, and we still missed a lot. So you need to be extremely careful and take some of the stuff that I said in this video and apply them to your own journey when you travel to Japan, hopefully one day. So I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. I've so much to say about Japan, but I'm gonna probably sprinkle it more throughout my other videos. Generally speaking, I'm just so glad to be back. I know this video has been, oh my god, over an hour long. Jesus, man. I'm sorry for that, but it is what it is. I had to show you my entire journey. There are gonna be a lot more videos coming in soon, and my god, I'm just glad to be back. I missed you guys so damn much, And I'm so happy I got to share this experience with you. My time in Japan has definitely got me thinking about how much I love this channel and how much I want to devote myself to it. There is truly nothing else I would like to do in the world. I'm still not really monetized. I only recently reached 1K subs, but you guys made it the best feeling in the world regardless. I never cared for money. I don't look for it, and I never did. I just want to be here and make videos for you guys. So please make sure you comment. I do read all of them and I will answer to everybody. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know. But that's now the end of today's video. We are going to continue doing way more videos, so you should subscribe and like this video if you like to see more content. I am going to do a lot more commentary and reactions because, like I said at the beginning of this video, you guys clearly enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to be back. I'm more primed and ready than ever. And yeah, looking forward for the future. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.